Hello friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Kathy and I am a Iron Age Reconstructionist Druid. If you want to know more about that, I have a video. If you are new to the channel, then welcome. If you have been there before, then hi. I realise I look quite different, so let's talk about that. First of all, one of the most obvious changes is that I have dyed my hair black. God, I was going to brush it actually just before I did this video, but I couldn't find my hairbrush. So yeah, it looks quite different. I mean, my hair is quite dark naturally, but yeah, particularly the light and stuff, it does look very black now. You can see I've missed a couple of spots. I did it at home and the bathroom is a mess, but we want to do it up at some point, so you can see there's a few bits on the front as well that I've kind of missed, but I'll have to do my roots at some point anyway, so I'll fix those up. I'm not too concerned. As for my makeup, since I dyed my hair this colour, I've had to sort of like redo my looks a lot, like my makeup and so on, and I've actually been wearing makeup every day now, which is quite different for me. And I just got a blue eyeliner, so you can see I'm able to do like actual Le 10 style designs on my face, which I'm really pleased about that. If you want to know about how I do this, I mean, it's not that hard. I am not great at makeup, as you can clearly see, but if you want to know more about that, then let me know in the comments, and like I'll do I guess a get ready with me sort of video. I've got just general Le 10 styles on my forehead and my cheeks, but this is going to change like every I've sort of been dividing the gods up into different months. They're not like calendar months necessarily, because to fit all the 20 gods I worship in, I have to, like, obviously that doesn't fit into 12 exactly. So I will do a thing about that. I think I'm going to do it around Cullen Have or Beltane. That's probably the best time to do that, because it's like a big festival. It's a changing from winter to summer, so I want to pick a good point and sort of talk about that. But anyway, at the moment it's Bendigeidfran, whose symbol is a raven or a head. So it's a little stylized raven. I think it's alright. So I am meant to do these far more often, but then I just didn't. I think because this pandemic has just been so frustrating. But anyway, I'm gonna have a little knit and a little chat with you guys. So I'm kind of also thinking about doing this like live. Maybe I can't do it live from my phone on YouTube yet because I need to have 1,000 subscribers. So feel free to get some more subscribers for me, and hopefully I'll be able to do that soon. But I might do it on Instagram. So if you don't follow my Instagram, it's at Druidic Tarot, I think. Okay, so I'll show you what I'm knitting. I got a couple of knitting books for Christmas. One is like a Fair Isle knitting book, which is really good. But my mum got me this, so she sent it by post, because we haven't seen each other since my birthday in September, but hopefully we'll be able to see each other soon. So this is Elemental Knits. They're really gorgeous. Oh, by the way, this top is Laura Ashley. It's like the least Laura Ashley thing I've ever seen, and it was from Oxfam. I bought it online. Oxfam, 12 quid. Amazing. And this is a beautiful piece of Cornish sea glass. It's really beautiful. I got it from Etsy. I will link the lady who made this. It's like, this was the most expensive one, I think. Maybe there's more expensive ones, but this was only £9.50. You can also get one for like £8. I don't know whether she ships to elsewhere in the world, but yeah, check her out. So I'm making at the moment, very, very slowly, this. So this is where we currently are in the process. So that much. So yeah, not a huge amount done, but we'll get there. So I'm gonna just get started off on the row, because otherwise because then you do a couple of different stitches at the end of the row, but then it's just like either knitting or purling, so it's really easy to do. Okay, so So I'll be able to do it automatically once I've gotten started. Okay, there we go. So yeah, today I wanted to talk to you about a couple of different things that I'm doing, some changes to my own like philosophies, not to do with my Druidry necessarily, but it's all linked to it, I guess. So I've just been thinking more recently about the planet, about conservation, things like that, which are a very big, important thing to me. I think that it really worries me how much humans are harming the earth, and like I don't necessarily mean on like an individual scale, but like a corporate scale, and it's really upsetting for me, and climate science has been ignored for so long by politicians, and they're not doing enough to force corporations to change, and it's very, very, very frustrating. But I was also like, well, I feel like I want to make more of an impact myself, and there are some things that I can't reduce my impact on like a huge amount. Like one thing for me is that I'm on prescription medication. Like this is very important for me. I need to be on this prescription medication to survive. It's not an option, so that's one area that I'm just never going to be able to eliminate my use of. So in general they're pretty good. Most of it is cardboard, so that's obviously recyclable, and some of it's foil. I'll just show you like an example. So here is a strip of pills that I picked up yesterday. I think the foil can be reused, recycled maybe, but it's got like this bit is plastic on the packaging, and that's like one. Like I'm never going to be able to go completely zero waste no matter what I want to do, but I also feel like, well, okay, I have to accept that some areas like that, and also things like a lot of food packaging, I can't, like, to be able to go and like shop for organic produce that doesn't have any wrapping and so on is like, yeah, that would be great if I could do that, but A, we don't have a car, we don't have easy access to it, B, it's a pandemic, and C, like I haven't got the money to be able to do that. So it's like, in other areas where I can eliminate that plastic use, I want to do it. So I recently got, I've left it downstairs, but I'll put like a little insert of what it is. It's like we are, what is it? I keep thinking we are weak. It's not weak. I'll put what it is, but it's basically a like a reusable antiperspirant, well, deodorant sort of thing, and the ingredients are like all natural, because I didn't realise that like there's aluminium. I think it's aluminium, or if you're an American, aluminum in antiperspirant. That's what stops you from sweating, and obviously like I don't think that's probably the best thing for your body, but also that then ends up going into the environment. And also just looking at like the little plastic containers and so on, it's just like I'm sick of having all these like single-use plastics, like I don't know, like shampoo bottles, that sort of stuff. I do kind of want to try and like go through the non-shampoo movement, so like just eliminate it completely, but I might transition to using a shampoo bar, because then it's used and then it's just a bar, so it dissolves, and I've already, it's not like a specific brand, it's just Pears soap, which probably does have like a load of other chemicals that will go into the water system, so I probably should eventually look at getting a better one. But I've just ordered some like Pears hand soap rather than getting another plastic one that I can never get a refill for, because even though it says refills available, like I can't get them from like the Sainsbury's I order from, so it's sort of like pointless. And I have the same one with Dove. I've got the Dove one, and I can't buy the refills from my local supermarket. So it basically becomes a single-use plastic. So I just want to like slowly eliminate those sorts of things from my lifestyle as much as I'm able to. And I don't feel like I can't afford to just completely go immediately and get rid of a load of stuff and to buy new eco-friendly stuff. I think it's going to be like a process. It's going to be like the case of, you know, once I run out of shampoo or whatever, like the next one I get will be a shampoo bar. And I think that when you want to make these sorts of changes in your life, it feels like you have to be really all or nothing. It feels like I've immediately got to go out, I've got to buy this. I learned about zero waste toothpaste actually the other day, and I was like, there's got to be a better way, because like, you know, you just get that tube of toothpaste and you use it up, and then I've just got to immediately buy another one, and it just goes into the bin. And so I looked it up, and yeah, there are zero waste toothpaste. They're like tablets basically. I found one, and initially, A, it was like quite expensive, and B, they were talking about all natural ingredients and stuff, and it's like, okay, but I'm not going to buy a toothpaste that doesn't have fluoride in it. Like, if you are a person who believes that like fluoride makes you dumb, or like that it's poison, I mean, in high doses, obviously like not good for you, but like fluoride is a necessity for us to have like good teeth in the modern age. Like, I'm sorry, but if you believe that sort of stuff, then like just unsubscribe from my channel. I don't have any time for stuff like that. You know, like, I'm never going to be one of those like really, really woo alternate medicine sort of stuff, because I have a heart condition, I need surgery, I need to be on prescription medication. I don't have the luxury of pretending like that stuff isn't important. And yes, you can criticise the farm, like Big Pharma and all that sort of stuff, while acknowledging that like, if I'd been born in any other period of time, as much as I love the Iron Age, you know, like, I would be dead, probably, or like really not well. So yeah, I'm not here for that argument. But anyway, I actually have found a really good website that's called Anything But Plastic, and they have a load of recommendations. You can buy this stuff from their shop. And yeah, I found a reasonably priced zero waste toothpaste. I think they're called Dentats, that have fluoride in them, so that's good. So at some point, once I've run out of our toothpaste, hopefully I'll be able to buy some and we can try them out. The other thing that's kind of difficult is that my partner, I think, you know, he's not anti-environment or anything like that, but he's not as into it as I am, so I feel like I'm pushing a little bit more. We actually have, it's interesting, Wales actually has a really, really good like recycling system. So if you're interested in it, let me know in the comments, and I will do more about it. It's different in different like in different counties in different areas of Wales. So like, we live in Cardiff, which is South Glamorgan, and it's different. My brother lives in Aberystwyth in Ceredigion, and like their recycling is different there. It's not like hugely different, but it is slightly different. Like, they don't put their glass bottles in the recycling bags, they have to go and like recycle them themselves, whereas we don't have to do that. So you basically have 4 different types of like recycling, I suppose, or handling waste. So you've got your first one, which is just like general waste, plastics, stuff like that, so can't be recycled or composted, anything like that. And those are just black bins, and those are collected like every other week, every fortnight for us. So it incentivizes you to not use that as much, I guess, as much as possible. The second type are like these green clear bags that we use for recycling. So, you know, cardboard, certain types, I think certain like types of plastic can be recycled, yeah, recyclable stuff. And then the third one is a compost bin, so that's food waste. So we basically get, as I said, I will do a video on it if you are interested in it, but they're basically these little food caddies. They're about this big, they're completely free from the government, and you have these special liners that go in them, which I think are biodegradable liners, and then you put any food waste in there, anything compostable can go in there. And so like we've got, my partner has a coffee machine. I can't drink coffee because of my heart condition, but he has a coffee machine that he puts like these pods in. It's a Lavazza one, and the pods are compostable. So he just, when he's done with them, puts the little compostable pods into the food waste. We are trying to like, we're going to do work on our garden, and like, because it's basically just like an overgrown lawn at the moment, but we might also then keep some things to compost ourselves to create compost for our garden. Sorry, but we'll have to see about that. But that gets collected every week. So does the green one. That's not every other week, it's every week. And then the other one that they do once a fortnight, so like alternating with the black bin for general waste, plastic waste, is garden waste. So it's stuff like grass clippings, you know, that sort of stuff. Mulch, I guess. But we rarely, most people don't use that like every other week because you're not doing work on your garden. But that's another thing that is like there, I guess. And Wales is actually, I'm sure there's better, like I'll link a book in the description, you can just get it on ebook, and it's about how Wales brought in this legislation to make better green policies and so on, and we are actually like really one of the world leaders in like sustainability and green planning and all that sort of stuff. So like we are living in a really good part of the world to do that. And also I'd like to add that that's not England, that's not the UK, that's Wales. That's us, that's our victory. I just want to say, because so much of our stuff is lumped in with England, and often we are lumped in with statistics to make England stuff look better, and it's not a good representation of necessarily what is happening in Wales. So like statistics for COVID-19 and so on get lumped in with Wales because in general our stats are better, and it's a bit frustrating because we are our own nation. I mean, yeah, anyway. But another thing that I've really been thinking more about is veganism. And I've tried to go vegan, I think twice before. Definitely at least once before. And my partner doesn't want to go vegan, and that's fine. I completely understand, it's his choice. One thing that I've asked him is that like I don't want to buy any non-vegan products. So like I'm in charge of the weekly shop, like the grocery shop, because I do all the cooking, and so I decide what we eat. We also live like not too far from a Tesco, so he's able to like go out and get some like sliced ham or cheese or whatever he wants. So it's not like I'm not depriving him of any food. But I've sort of said, you know, I won't be buying that stuff, and you know, that's fine with him. I was initially going to try and do a bit more of a gradual approach to it, but I was like, well, I didn't feel like I need to. Already a lot of the stuff I cook, I don't cook a lot of meat, I don't cook a lot of the only things that, like, because I was thinking about it, and the only thing that I really use, like, or used before, on like a regular basis, apart from meat, was cheese, because my partner's allergic to eggs, so we never have that in pretty much. Sometimes I would get some eggs for myself, but honestly, like, I don't like eggs that much. I didn't really grow up eating them a lot, so I'd only use them if I was like going to make a cake or something, but I've gotten so used to like having to try and make alternate cakes anyway, to accommodate my partner, or just buying them, that like, and I'm not a big cake eater anyway, so it's all a bit like pointless. I already buy soy milk because I buy the long life stuff, it's cheaper, and I usually, because I don't use milk that much, I tend to not drink tea, or like I try to get more into like fruit teas because I drink so much squash, and it's like I want to reduce my sugar intake, and where am I going with this? Teas, sugar intake. So I've actually ordered, it's coming on Sunday, I've ordered some fruit tea, I think it's peach and orange, to try out. So hopefully I'll be able to drink that, and that's much better for me than drinking squash all the time. So yeah, I don't use milk on a regular basis, and when I do need to use it, it's something that I'll use a bit of and then not need to use it for a while. So yeah, and I love soy milk. Like, I think it's delicious. I love it. I prefer it to normal milk anyway. So yeah, I was doing that. In terms of butter, don't really have a lot of butter. My partner is predisposed to high cholesterol, so we're very careful about butter, and we've been using Flora Light, which is naturally vegan anyway. It's just vegan, so that's like we're already using that. So the only thing is cheese, and unfortunately cheese is like the one thing that is really hard to replicate, but I've had some good recommendations. I've been following, you probably don't know them unless you're in the UK. I think they do have viewers from elsewhere, but it's a channel called Those Vegan Guys. I'll put a link to them down below. They are so lovely. They're like older than me, gay northern couple, and they're just so like down to earth, and like I just love, they do loads of like vlogs in like places like Sainsbury's, Tesco, Lidl, Aldi, Morrison's, which are British supermarkets. A lot of the vegan content I see on YouTube tend to be younger Americans, and it's very unhelpful for me. And so yeah, I really love their stuff. It's really down to earth, really nice. They also eat stuff that like I want to eat. I'm not a huge like sort of salad, clean eating sort of person. I want to be healthier, but I also I'm realistic, and I think that when you're making sort of a transition to this sort of thing, you have to give yourself as much help as you can. And I think what I've failed with before when I started to go vegan is I was doing all these quite expensive recipes because they required a lot of fresh fruit, well, not fresh fruit, but fresh vegetables generally, and some fresh fruit. And it's like, yeah, they were healthy, but like they weren't satisfying me a lot. And it's like, I'd rather, I feel like I need to be as kind to myself as possible and give myself as much tools as possible to be able to make that just transition well. And so I want to give myself just the best chance possible and not deny myself things. I'm already going to be denying myself a lot through becoming a vegan. So I want to give myself as much like opportunity as possible, if that makes sense. Oh god, this just got tangled. Oh, how has this happened? Okay, one sec, let's see if I can. Oh, this is not wool. This is like linen with, I think maybe polyester. Yeah. Actually, a lot of the stuff I knit isn't with wool. Or it has like only a small percentage of wool, so that's something I need to move away from as well. And yeah, so I wanted to talk a little bit about like why I've decided to go vegan. It is related to my spirituality, it's related to my Druidry, but it's not like, I don't think you have to become a vegan to follow what I do at all. I think it's completely a personal choice. And whilst I would like to see more people become vegan, like this is not going to become like a vegan channel, and I'm going to definitely try not to like guilt people into it or anything like that. Particularly because I've been a vegan for 3 days at this point, so oh yeah, another thing is that like I'm not going to immediately just throw out all my vegan stuff. I've got some non-vegan stuff. I've got some really lovely ice cream actually that's in the fridge, and it's not vegan, and I've already bought it. I've already eaten some of it. I may as well keep it in my freezer, finish it off, and the next one I buy will be non-vegan. Will be vegan. Will be non-dairy, that's what I mean. honey in the cupboard, and it's like, well, I could just buy maple syrup immediately, but it's like, I've already bought it, I may as well use it up. Because also I can't afford, you know, like, I have a budget of, I usually try to spend, I always get an online shop because we have a car, particularly with the pandemic. It's just easiest for us to just get a weekly shop. I have been doing it like a, right, that's the doorbell. I'll see if my partner's going to answer it. It's like, okay, sorry, that was an Amazon package to my partner. He's in a meeting currently, so I had to go and run down and get it for him. I mean, I guess for you it would just be like a momentary thing. For me, it's being interrupted. So what was I talking about? Yeah, so I have a budget. Every week I order online, I order from Sainsbury's. I find that they're the best value. And I've like grown up eating Sainsbury's stuff. You know, it's just, I don't know. And the minimum order, I think they've got the lowest minimum order as well. And they got the best delivery fees. Like, Sainsbury's is really good. If you're interested in seeing I might do a video on like me doing a shop, do like a screen recording on my laptop and stuff, and show you guys how I buy stuff. I've gotten to know like their value range really well. Just buy loads of their value range. It's worth it. Like, honestly, you won't be able to tell the difference that much, I swear. Especially if you're cooking with it. Like, if you've got, you know, their budget tinned tomatoes, for example. Yeah, I'm sure if you've got the really, really fancy ones, you would be able to tell a slight difference. But if you're going to cook it down anyway, into a sauce or into a stew or something, you're really not going to notice that much difference. But the saving you make will like more than make up for it. So the minimum order is £40 worth. And for, you know, we are a household of 2 people. I think the average, I think I read that the average with eating out for one person is £50 a week. But we're not eating out right now. We do get takeaways sometimes, which are not part of that budget. So I guess probably never even £50 each. No. So I am pretty thrifty. I've gotten pretty good at it. But it also means that I try to stick as close to that £40 as possible. The highest I'll go, depends if we've got like something special going on, but generally I won't go really above 45, you know? And so I don't have a huge like budget to work with there, but I make it work, you know? Oh God, this is just so terrible. This is half of what I do when I knit, it's just untangling stuff. Yeah, so I was watching these guys, those vegan guys, and they're not like preachy at all. They actually reminded me of my vegan friend from uni, Erin, who was from Darlington, so she was northern, and lovely, lovely, lovely person. And she got me, I didn't become a vegan when I was in uni, but she introduced me to a load of stuff. And it was like, you know, I grew up in a fairly, we weren't conservative, but like fairly, I don't want to say normal either, because Erin was normal, she was a normal person. But, you know, like, I ate meat with pretty much every night at dinner. And so when I met people like Erin and other vegetarians and vegans at uni, it started to change how I thought about food. And I lived, when I was in my final year of uni, and then for a couple of years after that, I lived in London. Well, I was only in London for uni, but I lived with a lovely, lovely, lovely group of friends who are still really good friends now. We haven't been able to see each other for ages because of the pandemic. I hope we'll be able to all meet up soon back in London. They are the loveliest people. It's a small group of people, but like they're all fantastic. And partly because of cost, and partly just for health reasons, we mostly ate a plant-based diet. So we would eat a bit of meat, we did eat like dairy products and so on, but most of the food we ate was usually vegetarian. And if we did have meat, it would be a little bit, and it would only be like a couple of times a week. And so that's how I've been cooking mostly since I moved out as well. Live with my partner in Wales, in Cardiff. And so like it's, you know, so I talk about it being a transition, but you know, it's been a transition quite a long time. You know, we'll often get like, there's stuff that Sainsbury's do. Sainsbury's own brand, like vegan stuff, like alternative meat and so on, is really good. I'm actually going to try their chicken style pieces this week, well next week, when the food shop comes. But they've got these really good vegan meatballs, frozen, and they've also got vegan mince, which is really good. We would sort of just get the corn mince, which I also really like, the corn chicken pieces. Oh my god, they're so good. But sometimes they do have choices of egg in them. I know that they are doing like a more vegan version now, but that's also like, because my partner's allergic to eggs, so that's not good. Although he was okay with the corn. Sometimes he's fine with eggs. It's mostly he's not. But stuff like Yorkshire puddings, he was fine. Anyway, but the reason why I wanted to, like, I've known that veganism is also a really good thing, and I'm like, well, you know, I'm reducing my meat intake and my dairy intake and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, I'm not too bad and all this sort of thing. And I guess this might be a bit controversial, but I don't think that there's anything necessarily morally wrong with the singular act of a person killing an animal for meat. Like, I don't think it's the act itself is too bad, but then I'm also someone who's kind of like, you know, if someone consents to being sacrificed, then I think that's kind of okay too. I mean, I don't do that. I want to, you know, don't do it. But like, you know, like I don't look back at the Druids and like that human sacrifices thing, oh how terrible sort of thing. Like I just don't. But, and you know, I look at like the Iron Age, and like, obviously I love the Iron Age, and like how much the animal was, you know, thanked and revered, and like, you know, how much importance was placed upon it. Most people, I mean, they wouldn't have been vegan or even vegetarian at most points, but their consumption of meat wasn't that big. Like mostly they would have eaten plants and grain. But the more I was thinking about it, it's just like, well, we don't live in a society like that anymore. All the meat that I buy is like factory farmed, and like I can't, to be honest, it's mostly an environmental decision. The horrendous impact that rearing livestock and so on has upon the planet is horrendous, and it's just going to keep getting worse. And I'm like, I just can't be part of that anymore. I just can't. And also for health reasons as well, like eating plant-based is so much better for you. I am taking several vitamins to make sure that I'm getting enough. Mostly I'm taking iron with added vitamin C, because vitamin C helps your body to absorb iron. Because I'm a woman, and women, because of menstruation and so on, like we can be prone to low iron, and I have been in the past. It's mostly sorted itself out. I was basically having horrendous periods. They were biblical in proportion. They were so bad. Mostly they're better now. They are much better since I had a coil fitted. But I just want to make sure that I don't, it's something that I am a bit susceptible to, so I don't want to take any chances with low iron. And I'm also taking B12, because that's something that vegans and non-vegans actually can be deficient in. You know, that helps me out, and folic acid as well, because I'm hoping that we're going to be trying to conceive soonish. I mean, we can't just conceive in the normal manner. I guess because of my heart condition, I want to have this like pre-embryo screening thing. Again, let me know if you want to know more about it, because I'll tell you what is involved in it, because it's quite an interesting procedure, but it's like involved, and I probably need to do a bit more research to be able to tell you about it. But yeah, so that's quite exciting. And you're recommended to take folic acid when trying to conceive and when you're pregnant. And also, like, it was to do with an offer that Boots had on. I got it from Boots. They're cheap and they're all vegan. So yeah, because obviously with iron supplements, a lot of the time it will be heme iron, which is obviously iron from animals, whereas this one is vegan friendly, so it's non-heme iron. And in general, I would just say take a multivitamin, but the only thing is multivitamins, particularly ones that have iron and are suitable for vegans, they also had vitamin K in them, and I can't have excess vitamin K because one of the pills I'm on, rivaroxaban, is a anticoagulant, it's a blood thinner, and that interacts really badly with vitamin K. It stops it working, it reverses it, it really just messes it up. So no vitamin K for me. So that's why I'm taking them separately. But it's also 3 pills, and I take those in the morning just after I've had breakfast. And I already take 2 pills at night anyway, so like taking a couple of extra pills isn't. A couple of them are reasonably big, but they're not too big, like they're fine. But for most people, you'd be able to take 1 instead of having to take a load of them. Well, 3. So yes, that's kind of what's going on at the moment. It's sort of grey and a bit dreary outside today. I wanted, because it's been sunny but sort of cold for the last couple of days, I wanted to go outside and take some photos of the prayer bracelets so I could finally put them up online, but the gods have decided not today, so I'll make this video instead. I definitely want to do more of these, and I would like to be able to do them live and then just post them up, because like I'm going to edit this very minimally. I'm pretty much just going to put my intro and outro on it, maybe take out a couple of little bits, but you know, generally it's going to go up pretty raw, so I'd rather just do it live and then upload it and have it on the channel. So if you want to see that, let me know and give my Instagram a follow. You can also see I do like stuff on my stories every day. I've started doing automatic writing, which is this really interesting process where you basically, it's like a form of meditation. So you meditate. I listen to like meditation, like spa music, to just help me clear my mind, and then you can do it to just generally like out to the universe. But I obviously like revere a particular god, so as it's Bendigeidfran at the moment, I prayed to Bendigeidfran, and then I just like wrote. You sort of let your mind wander and you just write whatever. I did it for 10 minutes, and I think that was a good length of time. That was enough that I like I got a good amount down, but not so long that because it can be a bit exhausting as well, and I think I'm going to get better at it the more I do it, but it can be a bit like you know, your mind wants to sort of drift after a while, but it was really good. So if you want to know more about that, I have a post about it on Instagram, but if you want to know more, let me know and I will do a video about it. The thing is, with my videos I've got so many like plans and stuff that it's like actually sitting down to film it, it's exhausting. Or like, I just forget that. I'm trying to be more organised. This is still. Always do this. Always do it. So I wish I could show you. Oh wow! Look at all this progress I made. But I didn't. Also, if you've been seeing this, don't worry. partner isn't beating me up or anything like that. It's a just a patch test because I'm going to dye my eyebrows. My eyebrows are already quite dark, but they're not quite as dark as my hair, so I want to make sure that they match. But just doing a patch test, I'm fairly certain, like I was like, I'm like 99% sure I'll be absolutely fine. I've never had a problem dyeing my hair. But you should always do a patch test because you don't want like one time to be a horrendous allergic reaction, because that kills people. So, oh no. You know what, I think I might give up. And I'll have to go downstairs and unravel all of this in front of the TV or something, because I think I said all I wanted to say. So thank you so much for watching, particularly if you watched until the end. Thank you so much. If you want to keep track of me, if you want to know what I'm doing in between videos, you can check out all the links to my social media down below. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, please give this video a like and a subscribe with a little ding on the bell if you want to see more of my videos. I'll have another one up about the gods pretty soon. They're actually pretty easy for me to make. Well, they take a bit of time, but like they're not too bad. And hopefully I will have some prayer bracelets to talk to you about very, very soon. I keep saying at the end of videos, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. If I keep saying it, I will have to do it. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, check out my Etsy for, I say Etsy over here, maybe I'll put it here. There we go, editing me. You can do it. Check out my Etsy for tarot readings and a special Druid meditation prayer PDF for information about the majority of the gods, not all of them, and some prayers you give to them, a little meditation ritual you can do every morning. It's really good and really useful. Thank you so much once again. Stay safe, stay blessed. I'll see you next time. Bye.